Let's begin by settling the body, adopting a stable, comfortable, upright position, serviceable for meditation. So we think about keeping our feet flat and our back straight, torso open, hands in the lap right over left with the palms upturned and the thumbs gently touching. Our eyes are gently closed or slightly open, making sure we let in enough light to remain alert. Try to maintain an awareness of not slouching, not leaning. Also let go of any unnecessary tension or rigidity in the body, relaxing into a stable, comfortable, upright position, just allowing the body to fall into place. And begin to let go of attending to the outside world, allowing sights and sounds to be as they are without investigation, constraining your awareness just to the body and mind. Beginning to concentrate that awareness in the present by attending closely to the physical sensation of the air as it moves into and back out of the tip of the nostrils, giving yourself the instruction to notice quickly when anything other than that one physical sensation is arising in the mind, and then without judgment or frustration to lift your awareness up from those distractions and to place it gently but firmly again and again on the breath. And then when the mind feels more calm will generate a broad, altruistic motivation for our time. So take a moment to try to expand your motivation, to try to embrace countless sentient beings within the field of your practice, recognizing that just like oneself, every other sentient being deeply wishes to be happy, deeply wishes to be free of even the slightest suffering, that they themselves are the center of their story, just like I am the center of mine. There's no difference between myself and others in the ways that we are motivated. And so to use this life to be beneficial for others rather than myself alone is the best way to spend however much more time I have in this life, to go beyond narrow self-interest, to really tap into my unique potential, and that will depend upon the actual content of my mind, the degree to which I can become familiar with beneficial, constructive states of mind, those that naturally support beneficial action, and how successful I can be in reducing, ultimately even eliminating destructive states of mind, those that agitate, disturb my own peace, those that often motivate me to harm others. When I can transform my mind in that way, I will be of great benefit to sentient beings. So I take that process, transforming the mind in that way for the benefit of others as our goal. And begin by imagining yourself in a much larger open space. Your mother in this life on your left, your father on your right, friends and loved ones behind you. In front are those with whom you have conflict, and then extending out in all directions are all other living beings. And begin to contemplate how beneficial it would be for oneself and for others if you were able to generate a genuine wish for every single one of these sentient beings to be happy, to get rid of any sense of bias toward any sentient being, to give rise to an expansive, loving kindness, free of the pain at the heart that arises when we wish ill on others, when we withhold that loving kindness. Try to aspire to that kind of mind. And think too of being able to generate such unconditional loving kindness toward oneself, to be able to accept your tendency to make mistakes, recognizing that you, like all other sentient beings, have the innate potential to completely free yourself from any shortcomings, to try to direct thoughts of loving kindness toward yourself, and imagine that that energy fills your body and your mind, And begin to direct your attention toward your friends and loved ones. And begin to think of whatever genuine well wishes arise in your mind, wishing for their happiness, their contentment, their safety, their long and peaceful life, their ability to tap into their spiritual selves, their potential. Begin to imagine that energy that had filled your own body and mind is radiated outward. Mm. Rays of these light touch the hearts of your family, your friends, your loved ones, filling their bodies and minds in the same way, carrying with it all of these temporary and ultimate sources of happiness, contentment, satisfaction. And imagine that they are able to receive and experience it. And bring to mind some examples of people that you don't know, people you would say are strangers, and recognize that they are just as deserving of being happy as is oneself and one's loved ones. And try to generate the wish again for them to be happy as well. Try to use some of those same phrases that were helpful before in cultivating that feeling. And then imagine that that warm, luminous energy of loving kindness extends out to them as well, again carrying with it the temporary and ultimate sources of contentment. Imagine them receiving and experiencing it. And then turn your attention to those in front, those with whom you have conflict. Recognize that they too deserve to be happy just as much as oneself. And that if they were truly happy, free from confusion, anger, self centeredness, they wouldn't be able to act in unskillful ways. So try to genuinely wish for them to find peace, happiness in all of its temporary and ultimate forms. And again, send out that warm, luminous energy, radiant and bright, that carries those sources of happiness. And vividly imagine that they are able to experience it. And then when you're ready, we'll come back together. And we'll dedicate. So recollect your altruistic motivation and think that by having engaged in this contemplation, you've actualized that motivation, which has generated positive energy in your mind. And think that you freely offer the fruit of your practice, that positive energy for the benefit of all sentient beings without exception. Thinking strongly, when this positive energy ripens, may it serve as a cause and condition to eliminate war and conflict, poverty, famine, disease, disasters, all painful inner and outer conditions. May it fully ripen the minds of all sentient beings. May they quickly meet perfect teachers and arise in the state of full enlightenment. May I too achieve the state of enlightenment so that I might work for the benefit of all sentient beings without exception. May any obstacles facing the Guru's own life be completely dispelled. And may I and all sentient beings in this moment come under the joyful care and guidance of enlightened beings. May we be guided and protected until we swiftly achieve that state of enlightenment. Thank you